Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 3 of the Fantasy Breakdown Show. I'm your host, Johnny Blucheck, and this is my co-host, Jason Grasty. What's up, Jason?
What's going on, man? How you doing tonight?
Doing good, doing good. Today's going to be our team breakdown show. We're going to go over everybody's team, and first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with the champ.
Prime time.
All right, well, let's see what you got here, champ. Champ had a lot of trades. He gave up quite a bit for next season, so let's see if his team's worth it. His quarterback, Tom Brady.
Can't go wrong.
Devontae Freeman, LaShawn McCoy, Brandon Cooks, Brandon Marshall, Terrell Pryor, Greg Olsen, Justin Tucker, Viking defense. And he also has Devontae Parker, Emmanuel Sanders on his bench.
Nasty.
Whew, man, I mean, I guess if you're going to give up all that, you run a team that looks like this.
Yeah, this right here is definitely worthy of defending the championship.
Yeah, that's not going to be fun to play. He starts out the season against Monsters of the Midway, then Brutus Buckeyes, Charleston Pirates, yourself, G Unit, week
Great.
4, and Team Beast Mode. That is a nasty lineup. I mean, quarterback, one of the best in the league, Tom Brady. Easy.
Always up there in the numbers every week, every year.
I mean, to have two backs with Freeman and McCoy.
That's nasty.
Have arguably the second best tight end in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, could say the best. I mean, when you talk about his consistency of not
and the numbers
hurt.
he puts up on our scoring system, I mean, yeah, definitely. He's like a wide receiver for you on your team.
Yeah, Minnesota Vikings defense is usually tough. They got a tough little schedule starting out with the Saints, but
yeah, AP running against them week 1.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's a tough team. No one's going to look forward to playing that team. If you got to give up all those picks, that's the team to do.
Definitely. I think that team right there is a top contender for the season.
Well, all right, we're going to move it on along. After prime time, we have Brutus Buckeyes.
Oh, Brutus.
All right, Brutus Buckeyes. So, what can we say about this guy? He started in number 2 draft. Not a great team last year. Let's see what he's able to do. His quarterback, Big Ben Roethlisberger, C.J. Anderson, Adrian Peterson, Dez Bryant, T.Y. Hilton, Marvin Jones, Jimmy Graham, Dan Bailey, Patriots defense, and he's got Andrew Luck and Cameron Meredith on his bench.
Injuries, man.
Yeah, he's
I mean, Andrew Luck's not really hurting him because he's got Big Ben. Big Ben's got a nice first half of his schedule, so he should fill in nicely for Andrew Luck.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, he's got probably the easiest first 5 weeks I've seen any quarterback have in a long time. C.J. Anderson, I mean, that's steak and potatoes. He's going to get 10 points a week out of him. AP could end up, I mean, if AP's AP 3 years ago, 4 years ago,
yeah, then I'm hurting.
Yeah, that's going to mean a lot. That AP is going to mean a lot. Middle of the road, nothing.
Definitely a tough team to play. I mean, the week you play him, you're going to be watching closely to see how you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, if he had the Cameron Meredith, I think that would have made a big difference. So, but we'll see how the season goes. Not too bad, though. Not too bad at all. All right. Well, now we're going to head on to Monsters of the Midway. They got Aaron Rodgers, Todd Gurley, Jordan Howard, DeAndre Hopkins, Michael Thomas, Michael Crabtree, Travis Kelce, Steven Gostkowski, and the Chiefs defense.
That's a nice little team right there. Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he's guaranteed week in and week out. RELAX. Relax. Let Aaron do his job.
Yeah, he's, I mean, that's a strong team. If the running backs are no joke either. Gurley, Howard, I mean, if that offense.
Gurley's got the potential to be nasty. It depends on that offensive line and the offensive scheme that he's in and how often they want to feed him the ball, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've already seen Jordan Howard last year. He is top 5 upside.
Definitely.
Back, no problem, so.
Definitely. I think overall, man, he's got a nice little squad right here. I think he's gonna he's definitely going to win a few games this season.
Yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong there. I mean, whenever you start with Aaron Rodgers and then being a Bears fan and getting Jordan Howard, I think you gotta love your team. So
That's how I wasted a first-round pick on Doug Martin just because I'm a fan, man. So he's lucky he got to keep his.
Yeah, I mean, it's solid team, middle of the road. Not too bad though. All right, let's head on to the next one. Well, that brings us to your team. That brings us to G Unit.
A couple of boos coming in right there.
Let's see here. We got Derek Carr, Levon Bell, Mark Ingram, Devontae Adams, Doug Baldwin, Alshon Jeffrey, Jordan Reed, Graham Gano, Tampa Bay defense, and you got Doug Martin coming back in week 4 too.
Yeah. Hopefully it all works out, man. I'm not too excited.
Yeah, I mean, well, when you talk about your team, I mean, you're starting right up front with the big dog, Levon Bell, number 2 overall pick in draft, whatever. I mean, he can single-handedly get you in the playoffs for sure.
Oh, definitely. He did it last year.
Yeah, single-handedly he can get you in the playoffs. Jordan Reed, another tight end. I like that pick that you got in the draft late. If he stays healthy, if you look at his injury report, it looks like a novel.
Risk reward right there.
Yeah, he could be the best tight end in the league, or he could not even play after week 3. But he's still tough. When you look at the tight end matchup from week to week, most of the time you're going to feel better about your side with Jordan Reed.
Oh, definitely. That's why I drafted him.
I mean, solid receiving core. Doug Baldwin is just a solid receiver. That guy is, that's a no-brainer there, too. Yeah, looking strong. I mean, not bad at all.
We hope.
All right, we're going to keep moving and head on down the line to the last team in the AFC, and that's the Chucktown Pirates.
Old commish.
That's right, Grasty, the old commish.
Yes, sir. Always got his tough team. Always strong every year.
Yeah, always. I don't think he's not made the playoffs yet.
No, if he hadn't, we'd hear about it.
All right, so his team starting out, quarterback Kirk Cousins, Carlos Hyde, Ty Montgomery, Odell Beckham, Mike Evans, AJ Green, Zach Ertz, Matt Bryant, Cardinals defense. We've got Tevin Coleman, Paul Perkins on the bench, Golden Tate on the bench.
I mean, yeah, you want to make the championship, you're going to see him in the playoff.
Yeah, I mean, with those three wide receivers will get you the playoffs.
Definitely. Those 3 wide receivers outscore my running back and quarterback this week, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, what you're hoping when you play him is you're hoping Kirk Cousins doesn't have a bomb week. You're hoping maybe Zach Ertz puts you up before. You're hoping you get a 0. You don't get nothing out of Cardinals D because every week when you play that out there, Odell Beckham, Mike Evans, AJ Green, those guys
coming at you strong. And on bye week, I'm just going to throw Golden Tate in the mix.
Oh yeah. So every week you're probably gonna lose at the wide receiver position.
Oh yeah, you don't even compare wide receivers when you're playing him. You just look at the rest of your lineup and go, okay, we're already 30 down. What can we do?
Yeah, it's he's gonna be tough to beat, man. Real tough to beat.
Yeah, I'm in a tough division this year, man. I'm not too happy about the division I'm in. I mean, Primetime, Chucktown Pirates, Monsters, and Brutus all look good, man. I mean, I got tough matchups every week.
Well, I tell you, Chucktown Pirates gets to play the Brutus Buckeyes, then he plays you, then Primetime, then Buckeye Haters first 4 weeks. So he doesn't exactly have an easy start of the schedule. So, I mean, and then he follows up Brutus Buckeye Haters with Brutus Buckeyes and then the Pain Raiders. He could very well, he could be 2-3 or he could be 5-0 after that. It's crazy.
That's scary.
The only thing I worry about is Kirk Cousins. I don't know if he's going to be the same thing he was last year.
I mean, he was the quarterback for our points leader last year. So, I mean, until he says he's not the same guy as last year, you got to kind of bank that he is.
Well, I mean, look at the team, look at our division winner last year the Buckeye haters. Look at how good his team was. He had Odell Beckham, he had Antonio Brown, he had David Johnson, but yet he had Kirk Cousins for his quarterback too. Did fine, won the whole regular season, looked strong, smashed everybody. Come to playoffs, Kirk Cousins had that one game, he got him. So I don't know, man. Kirk Cousins playoffs, everything went line. I'm not happy starting him. All right, so that's the AFC. AFC's looking real strong this year. We're going to flip it on over and head to the NFC.
All right, and we're going to start out with you.
I like starting out with me. All right, well, the Panty Raiders. Let's go to the lineup. Let's see here. We have Drew Brees, Amir Abdullah, Isaiah Crowell, Amari Cooper, Larry Fitzgerald, Julio Jones, Rob Gronkowski, Sebastian Janikowski, Carolina Panthers defense with Frank Gore and Eddie Lacy and Jamison Crowder on the bench.
I think that's a pretty strong lineup right there, man. I mean, start out with Drew Brees, one of the top 4 quarterbacks in the league, the most expensive quarterback in the league on our salary cap.
Well, when you talk about this, you talk about this kind of scoring setting, you talk about so many points you get for passing yards. He's always the passing yards leader.
Yeah, definitely. Then roll right down to Amir Abdullah, man. Geared to have a good season. Put up some points for you. Julio.
It's Julio.
Yeah, it's Julio. Gronk. I mean, that's strong at tight end as long as he stays healthy. We know Gronk could be there. He's like my Jordan Reed.
Yeah.
Could be there all season. Could be there 3 games and on vacation. You never know.
I actually think Gronk's probably the biggest beneficiary of him getting hurt because he's the other guy that Tom Brady really trusts.
Yeah, with Edelman out, man, Gronk is definitely probably going to see a lot more targets because they have that connection where the other guys coming in really don't have that connection built with Brady yet. So there's a lot of upside to Gronk as long as he stays healthy. Then on the bench, man, you got Frank Gore and Eddie Lacy. Eddie Lacy could become the clear-cut number 1 with a starting position there. I mean, that's still really up in the air, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's just a flyer in the dark. Eddie Lacy, hopefully he never has to play.
And I like the Jamison Crowder, man. He's a good sub in for Julio's bye week or Fitzgerald's bye week.
Yeah.
Crowder's solid sub, man.
So, yeah, it should be good. I'm hoping it gets me to the playoffs, but I started the year, I don't have exactly the best. I'm starting out with Buckeye haters, so.
Yeah.
That's a nice.
That's tough. He's going to be the next thing we talk about right here, so y'all will see why he just made that face.
Yeah, Buckeye haters. Tough team last year. Let's
Points leader last year for the regular season.
Yeah, let's see what we had. All right, so we got Cam Newton, Jay Ajayi, Melvin Gordon, David Johnson, Antonio Brown, Tyreek Hill, Kyle Rudolph, Matt Prater, Houston defense with Allen Robinson and Robert Kelly on the bench. What do you think?
3-back attack is nasty. Ajayi, Gordon, and David Johnson. I mean, you got the number 1, probably about the number 5 or 6, and definitely the third one's in the top 10. I mean, you got 3 of the top 10 right here coming at you every week, down your throat. Cam Newton, if he goes back to the Cam of 2 years ago when the Panthers was in the Super Bowl, I mean, God, you're unstoppable.
You look at David Johnson, he's looking at 30 points a week. Melvin Gordon's another 20. Jay Ajayi's another 20. I mean, that's 70 points right there. Some people barely break 100. That's 70 a week average running backs.
Last year's points leader, man, looks like he's on track to be a contender again this year.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not the bench is a little, but the starters are just as solid as always. I'm not really sold on the Tyreek Hill. I'm not really sold on the Rudolph. I know you like the Rudolph pick.
Rudolph was solid for me last year, man. Consistent points every week. I mean, 12 to 15 every week out your tight end. You can't complain. And every once in a while, he throw you the little 20, 22 sprinkle in there.
Yeah. I mean, if he continues to do that, I always think of Kyle Rudolph as being that fantasy sleeper. He's always, every year, he's in the magazine.
But in order to be a sleeper, you got to be somebody that's going to produce. And I mean, he produces.
Yeah. I mean, same thing with kind of with Robert Kelly or Allen Robinson. There's kind of question marks there with the bench. Unfortunately, I have to play in week 1. I was hoping
when you ain't got to worry about no bench players.
Don't get that lucky. I got to face music full strength.
Yes, sir. You get to see how he matches up. Get to see how you match up.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough week 1. He's looking strong for the playoffs again. All right. Well,
he's going to turn in a lineup to make you regret all those meows.
Well, we got Team Beast Mode on the list next.
Beast Mode.
So Team Beast Mode. Let's see what we got here. We have Jameis Winston, Dalvin Cook, Leonard Fournette, Lamar Miller, Eric Decker, Demaryius Thomas, Tyler Eifert, Dustin Hopkins, Seattle defense with Deshaun Jackson and Spencer Ware on the bench.
And Latavius Murray. He's pretty solid. I play him week 1. I'm kind of glad that it's all the rookies in there on week 1. And I mean, I think I'm kind of glad. I could be kind of not happy by the end of week 1. We'll see. But if I had to play him any week 1's definitely when I want to do it.
Yeah, week 1 with rookies, you always want to play them early. Of course, then you got Tyler Eifert. If you play him late, you might not have to worry about Tyler Eifert.
Yeah, he might be at the house watching the game with you.
He already lost Spencer Ware right before the draft. He lost Spencer Ware.
Yeah.
He lost him for the year right after the draft.
Seattle's defense just got a little bit stronger. I think they're going to be tough. I mean, scrappy little squad right here.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to go as far as Jameis Winston goes, I think.
Well, that's Super Bowl bound.
Well, we got to see. I mean, in this league, again, passing yards are king. 10 yards per point. Jameis Winston, even last year when he did great, he still only threw for 4,300 yards, 42, something like that. And that was one of his best passing years ever.
He's got a little streaker now to run down the other side of the field across from Mike, so a lot more big plays should open up this year.
That's a heck of a little streaker. That's another. He's got a tough team. He got a lot of picks for next year. He went young this year. Took the young rookies in the first round.
Definitely in a keeper league, man. I think the way he went this year, he's set for the future for the next couple of years to come.
Yeah, he set his draft up to give him. I mean, he's got capital and drafts to come. And I mean, this team, I can see some holes in it, but it's young, and if rookies break out, he could be
definitely.
Let's see. Like you said, his first game of the year is G Unit. Then he goes Buckeye Haters. Then South Lake Legends, then the Panty Raiders, then Primetime.
Holy, that's the toughest first 5 of the season right there.
You could go 0-5 right there. That's a toughie right there.
Yes, sir.
Holy moly. You could have a good team and go 0-5.
You're playing last year's playoffs, your first 5 games. Everybody you played in the first 5 weeks was a playoff contender last year.
Yes, everyone were in the playoffs. That's ridiculous. You're playing the playoff schedule. Well, I mean, we'll see what his team. We'll see what those rookies can do after that schedule.
They got their work cut out for them.
All right, so now we're going to go back to the first overall pick in the draft.
Swamp Foxes?
Swamp Foxes it is. All right, well, the Swamp Foxes have Matt Ryan, Christian McCaffrey, DeMarco Murray, Kelvin Benjamin, Stephon Diggs, Jarvis Landry, Martavis Bennett, Chris Boswell, Denver defense with Delaney Walker and Derrick Henry on the bench.
That's got the potential to be a good little squad right there. Matt Ryan, we all saw what he did last year. I mean, definitely on an offense that likes to throw the ball, likes to put up numbers. And then our PPR, and like you said, the 1 point per 10 yards passing, I mean, that's got the potential to be nasty.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Ryan could be that next Tom Brady. Then Christian McCaffrey, nasty. Like you said, DeMarco Murray's always going to be just
solid. You ain't even got to worry about him every week.
No, and if you ever did, He's got Derrick Henry too. So.
Oh yeah, he does got Derrick Henry. So, oh, what, DeMarco? You got a little tweak this week? Let Derrick come on in and take over for you. No problem. Good handcuff right there.
Denver defense. They're going to outscore some people's wide receiver 3.
Yeah.
Jarvis Landry, big PPR guy, usually a lot of catches, doesn't get touchdowns though.
It might be different with Cutler throwing the ball though.
That's true. Well, Cutler doesn't usually throw dump offs though. He's a long ball thrower. I mean, you think of Alshon,
But he's got
Marshall, those guys, they go deep.
He's got an across the middle cannon too, man, and Landry will cut across the middle sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. To go, I think we're seeing now that we made the right choice when we went to the non-stink draft.
Definitely, because the team last year that finished last, we're sitting here talking about it, and I'm looking at it on paper, and I'm saying, man, that's got the potential to be one of the contenders in this division.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the potential to make the playoffs. I mean, does he do it? I don't know. I mean, you have to see. I mean, you can't make the playoffs in the draft.
It's all luck anyways, man. Players got to stay healthy. They got to do what you project them to do. I mean, but you got a pretty good 7-11 roll right here starting out.
Yeah, he's got a good start to it. If he keeps up with it, gets good waiver wire pickups, makes some good moves here and there, we could see him in the playoffs. To go from what do you have, 2 wins, 3 wins last year?
Something like that.
To this team, yeah, not bad at all. And I think he has all his picks for next year.
I'm pretty sure he has all his picks for next year.
Yeah, I mean, that's solid. I mean, looking good going forward. Definitely on their price. All right, last team. Who we got?
The South Lake Legends.
South Lake Legends. Okay, what do we got? All right, South Lake Legends. Let's see here. He's got Marcus Mariota at quarterback, Ezekiel Elliott, Kareem Hunt, Marshawn Lynch, Martavius Bryant, Jordy Nelson, Hunter Henry, Adam Vinatieri, the Chargers defense, Jaguar defense, Keenan Allen, and Julian Edelman.
Tough little squad right there. Mariota is probably the first question mark in that lineup, and he's got the potential to be nasty. I mean, on an offense that's going to throw.
Yeah, I mean, they brought in more weapons. They got a decent line. Mariota, I'm kind of worried about in the same vein as Cam or Russell Wilson. When you talk about a league like this particular league, most leagues not like this. Like this particular league with passing yards worth so much. Guys like Marcus Mariota, Cam Newton, as running quarterbacks, where all that running yards means so much in the other leagues, doesn't mean as much in this league. Always worries me about a guy. I mean, he's never had more than 4,200 yards passing.
Yeah.
You're not gonna. I mean,
but he's still young. It's his 3rd season coming up now.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, could be a breakout season right here for him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what you hope for. I mean, usually if you're talking about a running back or a wide receiver, that's their breakout season. Quarterbacks are usually a little longer. I mean, it took Matt Ryan 5, 6, 7 years to really start finding his own in the league. So. But.
You followed up with Zeke, Hunt, and Lynch, though. I mean, that's once again our running back combos are nasty in this league for a couple of people, and that's one of them right there.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the best running back trios in the league. Hunt, full-time starter. I personally believe Hunt's going to be a beast. Every league I was able to draft Hunt, I went after him. Zeke, if he doesn't serve a suspension.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, he's loving that. Lynch running behind. You got the running back for the number 1 offensive line in football in Zeke, and then you got the running back for the number 2 offensive line in football in Lynch. That makes a big difference.
If he's the same Lynch that he was before, this is going to be nasty. This is going to be a tough team right here to beat week in and week out.
I mean, he's only really got 2 two 1-year guys behind him. Nobody really pushing hard for that backup job, so he should be fine. Little weird on the Chargers defense and the Jaguars defense. I don't know if I'd draft one of those defenses.
I think Jacksonville's defense has turned around a little bit this year, and Chargers defense, if you play the matchups week 1, I think they got a pretty good matchup. I don't think it hurts you to have them in.
That's true. We played Denver. That could be.
Denver could kick a couple of field goals if they even get in scoring position. I mean, who knows what's going on over there right now.
Well, I mean, not to mention his salary cap is only 21.9, so he's still got a couple $1,000 to play with.
Yeah.
So week one, when you're like, oh, I really want this guy, but I can't pick him up because I don't have the cash.
Boom! Look who comes in and gets him.
And his team gets even stronger. I can't imagine if Edelman hadn't gotten hurt, that squad would be ridiculous. But I mean, it kind of comes down to, again, coming to playoffs. All you need is one bad game.
Keenan Allen could come back to Keenan Allen for him, and you throw him in there, and that's nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got some great potential.
Keenan Allen, but I can't even see it. Danny Woodhead in the PPR, you know, that's flex every week. He's going to be there for you. I mean, as much as we're not sure about Gillislee, he does have a chance at being a starter there in New England. If you're running in that kind of offense, it could be nasty. He's got depth. He's got a good team. Don't know about the defenses.
Could play matchups every week on defenses, though. Drop ads and just play matchups.
Yeah, not too worried about that either. Quarterback's probably the only question mark with this team, but this is still going to be one of those teams that you're not going to want to see.
Nah.
You don't want to see this guy.
Tough week
on your schedule. And he's starting out week one with Swamp Foxes, then the Panty Raiders, then Team Beast Mode. Then he goes right back and plays Swamp Foxes again. Well, I'll tell you, if there's not a way to make you try and finish last in the league again, let me give you this team, the South Lake Legends, 2 out of the first 4 weeks, and see how you do.
We're gonna make sure that you improved your team this year.
Jeez, he's got another. I mean, he's another one. He's got a tough little team.
I think everybody's got some pretty scrappy squads this year, man. Depends on how the season unfolds and how players start performing, but I think everybody's got a good chance. But there's just a couple that are like clear cut. You know they're going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, and I think it actually got dispersed pretty good this year. I think you got some really good teams on both sides.
Yes.
I think you got real strong teams on both sides. I think it's gonna be hard to pick a winner and a loser right as of this point. I think I got a couple favorites. Let's go over those. All right, now we got our locks to make the playoffs. Who's your locks to make the playoffs in the NFC, Grasty?
I'm going to start out with last year's points leader, man, Buckeye Haters. I feel like he really didn't have one of the strongest drafts, but I feel like that's okay when you got David Johnson and Antonio Brown, Melvin Gordon, Jay Ajayi right along your keepers right there. I think that your draft don't have to be top-notch and you can still be a contender. I mean, I'm not looking forward to playing him for sure.
No, that's going to be tough.
Then I follow him up with the South Lake Legends this year, man. I feel like they're a pretty good lock in the NFC division. You got Zeke. You got Kareem Hunt right there. Hunt, you draft him. You find out after the draft, RB1 status all season. You're my starter. You're my man. I think he's going to be a beast. Yeah, I think South Lake Legends and Buckeye Haters are playing NFC Championship.
Yeah, I mean both of those teams are tough. All right, now we're going to head over to the AFC side. AFC's looking tough too. I think we're going to start out with the commissioner, Chucktown Pirates. Got to get him locked to make the playoffs. I mean, when you talk about him, you talk about the 3 wide receivers: Odell Beckham, Mike Evans, AJ Green, point per reception lead.
God, well, I mean,
that's a lot of receptions. That's a lot of receptions.
That's a lot of touchdowns. That's a lot of receiving yards. That's tough to beat any week.
Yeah, that's close to 300 receptions and 3,000 passing yards right there, and almost 30 touchdowns.
What'd you say? One of them's on bye this week. I get a break? No, Golden Tate's coming in his place.
Yeah, that's nasty. Real good team. Then I gotta say that the champ, Primetime, is probably going to be my next lock to make the playoffs. Primetime is just nasty.
Primetime.
When you're talking about Tom Brady in this kind of league, the points he puts up, you got Devontae Freeman, and then you trade and you pick up LaShawn McCoy, who is a beast, and you pick up Terrell Pryor. Looking strong again this year.
Definitely.
The guys in the lower part of the draft improved their team, but it's looking to me like the guys in the playoffs last year are going to be hard to keep out of the playoffs this year. I am glad we went to into the different draft style, got out of the snake because I think as this shows you, even after
That first pick overall next year is going to have to come in handy for me.
I don't think you're looking that bad. All right, well that was a good show. I had fun. This is your fantasy breakdown show. Again, I want to remind you guys, please hit that subscribe button. Hit those like buttons.
This is the thing. There's 10 of y'all in our leagues. We are all friends. If there's not 10 subscriptions, somebody's slacking.
Yes. Come on, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. I'm your host, Johnny Kluchek. This is my co-host, Jason Grasty.
Deuces.
Later.